So I'm gonna try to make this as short as possible, but there's some things I want to share. Um, and I'm just gonna let it fly. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm asking you all for help. Um, a former uh, player of mine, Jacob Pascal, recently was diagnosed with leukemia, and the family is asking for help. And I'll provide a link um, to this video to their GoFundMe page. And I'm imploring you to really consider helping out Jacob. He's a great kid, and just to give you some context, I'll give you two stories about Jacob on the ball field. One of them was during tryouts for middle school, and he probably doesn't know this story at all. He's probably going to hear this for the first time, so we're going to let the cat out of the bag, so to so to say. But so in middle school, we had a week long process to um, come down with our team. It was a citywide team. So we would have to get down to 15, 16 players out of like 50, 60 kids. And so it was a week long process, and my coach that worked with me, Jared Forgs, we would look at the kids, evaluate them the first 3 days, and by Wednesday, we would cut some kids to narrow it down, and then continue the next 2 days, and by Friday we would finalize our roster. So Jacob tried out, and this was my last year of middle school, and I wasn't very familiar with Jacob or what kind of a baseball player he was. But I can tell you that the team was very competitive. Like I said, it's a citywide team, and it was very competitive, and we had roster spots already figured out by Tuesday, and Jacob was on the outside looking in. And so Jared and I we were ready, like, okay, so Wednesday that'll be it. We'll cut him. We'll throw him on the mound, see what he's got for an arm. Because as anybody knows, having you can't have too much pitching. So, anyways, well, that Wednesday, with every intent to cut Jacob that day, we put him on the mound, and Jared and I were like, he's humming it, and not only that, he's throwing strikes consistently. And so Jared and I decided, okay, well, I guess we don't cut him today. We'll let him go to Friday, where we're gonna go live. And that's where we really get to the nitty gritty of it and get to the meat and potatoes of the whole thing and figure out, does he have it or not. So Friday, so we didn't cut him Wednesday, and we went on to Friday, thinking, okay, all right, great, he got through Wednesday, and we're probably gonna end up cutting him on Friday. So we put Jacob on the mound, and he starts facing some of our best hitters, and he's making them look foolish. He went through three or four batters, and Jared and I were like, "Oh boy, this kid's really making it tough." So we're like, let's give him one more batter. We put him on the mound again, and he ended up K'ing the kid. And it was the last spot was between Jacob and the one other player, and like he proved himself to us, and he kept coming back and just competing. So he ended up making that last final roster spot. Now, my second story about Jacob, as we went along this season, he started showing some good pop at the plate. He had good power. He's a big kid, strong kid. So we were using him more in situations to hit, give him DH situations, and as well as pitching. And I remember the game that we had at our first and only game, I think, at Doyle Field. And it was a privilege for the middle school to play a game at Doyle Field, their first ever game. And if there was one game I didn't want to lose, it was that one. And we were playing a very good Groton Dunstable team that we had just beaten prior, like a couple weeks prior to that day. We had beaten them 3-1. It was a very competitive game, very good hitters, very good pitching. Anyways, we got into that game when in the first inning we got down 2-0. But I'll tell you what, Jacob came up to the plate, bases empty, and he hits a bomb. Hits a bomb to left center field at Doyle Field to the warning track. Gets on second base, and just he started all. He got us going. We ended up winning that game like 10-11-2 or something, but he got us going. And that's just the kind of kid he is. He's a fighter. And just like that week and he probably didn't know that, you know, we were ready to let him go. He didn't quit. That's the kind of kid he is. He's a fighter. And I know he's going to beat this. And I'm standing with him. And I'm going to give my support as well. I'm going to do whatever I can to show support. And I'm asking you, I don't have too many followers on Twitter. So please share this video. Please consider giving. It is for a good cause. It is for a great kid. Believe me. He's a wonderful kid. He's a great teammate. Never complained if he wasn't in the game. A great teammate, a great friend, great competitor. And that's why I know he's going to beat this. So please consider. We love you, Jake. I'm going to be praying for you. We got your back, bro. I'm wearing my middle school coach's shirt in honor of you. Love you, kid. We got this. You got this.